Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm definitely not Marcus, and you're watching me go from Bellend to Legend on a Devastation Evoker in the War Within Season 2. What does Bellend to Legend mean? It means I go from 0 to 3k rating in order to get the new Keystone Legend achievement. Now, you will notice at the top of my screen it says Bottles 3, Shots 30, and Death 16. What does this mean? This means I forgot to remove the WeakAuras from the Soju stream, where we were basically what was going on was we were taking shots of soju every time we died while doing community keys, so that was fun. There's more shots than deaths because I was kind of pretty good at not dying. I was surprised by that, but we were doing 10s and I was pretty overgeared for it, so I guess that's kind of why. And also people were taking pretty good care of me. They weren't really trying to kill me as much as I thought they would, so that was pleasantly surprising. But sorry, I got there were more shots than deaths because whenever someone redeemed the hydrate command, which usually makes me drink a bit of water, this time I decided I'll just take shots instead. It got pretty interesting, especially in the last run where people had reached the donation goal and I was walking while playing. What am I doing with my life, bro? Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound. So that was definitely interesting, but that is besides the point. What we want to talk about right now is the 12th priority of the Sacred Plame. Yes, the Sacred Plame. That's what they're really hyped about, the Arathi. They love that Plame shit. We'll be doing priority of the Sacred Plame, or Friary of the Sacred Plame, I don't know at this point. Key level 12, because we want to keep pumping up the rating. And today on the stream I will try to join people's 12s keys. Not like stream viewers, just generally I'd like to join plus 12 keys to see if we can get some actual rating. I've been slow on getting the rating, guys. I really haven't been good at it, but it's been rough to actually get into keys. I don't know, but now I am 675. I have everything except for this Blood Oath Signet upgraded to the max item level that I can get it to. By the end of today, I'll definitely have this Blood Oath Signet upgraded as well. I've even reached 675 item level, so my alts will get some Gilded Crest discounts and all that good stuff. Just in general, man, I feel like I'm at a good spot. So without further ado, let's make ourselves a group for that priority of the Sacred Plame and get started. And here we go with a plus 12 Fortified Tyrannical Guile. Of course, priority of the Sacred Plame. Yes, I'm going to keep calling it that. Yes, I know it's stupid. All right, here is the group in the bottom right corner of the screen. We're going for a pretty aggressive pull. Suleiman into stairs. Tank is dead. I don't know how to feel about this one, guys. Bro, just run out of the dungeon. Don't die again. And the tank left. Well then, cool. That was my 12 key that I worked for, that I pushed up, that I had, ready for today to hopefully record. The Druid has the same key, Resilient. I'll just promote them to leader and see if they want to actually host that key. That was insane. He joins, eats shit immediately, and then leaves. Oh man, whatever. It looks like the Druid is willing to go again with their Resilient key, which would be awesome, because then, maybe I actually get it timed. Jesus Christ, man, that was... This kind of seals the deal for me. I'm going to make one more video where it's just me YOLOing it, and then the next video, and probably the stream that I'm going to do today is just going to be me, Danny, and Seeker, or just me and Danny, or just me and Seeker, depending on who's available to play and willing to, and I'm just gonna get the 3k like with my friends. This is just stupid. It's pointless. It's so time consuming. It's gonna take me a month to do this just because people are like this fucking tank that just joined, jumped in, died instantly like a dumbass, and then left out of shame. Like, what is the point? The worst thing is that was still timeable. We committed exactly 0 cooldowns. We did nothing. I think he might have lost his like cheat death or whatever, but even with that we can still play around it and probably still time the key. Just play. Why do you rage quit instantly or shame quit, whatever? Anyway, once we find a tank worth inviting or whatever, we're going to try this again or something. I don't know, but that is genuinely just upsetting.
A few moments later.
Alrighty, here is attempt number 2 at a 12th priority, this time with the Druid's key, not my own. We have another Demon Hunter. Hopefully this one survives the first few mobs while he runs around and gathers them. Let us see what pull we're doing. We're doing this. We're doing it right here. Okay. No, can't say I'm a huge fan of it. I'm not going to lie to you. This doesn't look particularly amazing. because we're not fighting Suleiman, so that is just a time loss instantly. But I think we might be able to just handle this either way. The thing I am worried about, though, is there is a patrol approaching us, and if we don't really move away from that, like I'm going to force us to right now, it might be a bit of an issue. I'm going to remove the bleed from myself that the knight put on me. Where is the knight? There is the knight. We're just trying to make sure that we take care of that knight. I also want to make sure I don't pull this patrol behind me. That would be absolutely tragic. But I think we made it through. Yeah, the knight's dead. It's just these sharpshooters and footmen. So overall, pretty solid. Pretty solid first pull. Not ideal again because we're going Suleiman and Knight at the same time. I can't say that this seems like a little bit like a YOLO route where the tank is not 100% sure or doesn't really give a shit what he pulls. I'm going to give myself a heal and a renewing blaze on myself and the tank. Let's do it that way. I'm going to use a healing potion as well. There's just a lot going on right now. I can't be casting because Disrupting Shout is going out. Another Impale goes out, this time on the healer. We're going to remove that one. They did use a bark skin. Maybe I didn't need to remove that, but better safe than sorry. Tank seems to want to pull more footmen or something. Oh, he wants to go towards the corner so that we are safe from, or so that he's safe from the knockback. Looking pretty rough here in the healing department because we're fighting a knight and Suleiman at the same time, which is just a very stupid pull, as you can tell from the AoEs going out and the pot shots with two sharpshooters. One good thing is that this key is resilient, so I don't feel too horrible about it, but it is no bueno, and my DK friend is going to get wiped out by the thunderclap. Again, pulling a knight and Suleiman at the same time is a bad idea and no bueno. DK is running across the room for some reason. I wouldn't be able to tell you why. We're going to try and give some heals to our hunter friend. We can't actually... No, the hunter left because the tank is actively trying to leave as well. The tank left. What a... Okay, and now the druid left too. And yeah, okay. That's nice. Yeah. How do people go into 12s and not know what the deal is, what you're supposed to do? Who thinks it's a good idea to pull a knight into Suleiman? I genuinely don't know. After using Bloodlust on a different pull where you can't burst it down. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. I don't understand. This is gonna be interesting. Now I have an 11 key. Let's try to join somebody's 12 key. I don't know. And then I'm gonna find a similar situation where let's say I'm gonna spend half an hour trying to get into a key just for it to be absolutely pointless because we're gonna brick it within 2 minutes of fighting in the dungeon, and then I'm gonna have to go back to queuing. This is freaking great, man. Whatever. We actually got invited again by the druid that left the previous key. We're just gonna see if they are able to find a tank. Well, actually, the last tank they also invited, but hopefully this time we get a tank that knows what you can and can't pull. Or how to pull, or has has a route. I don't know, man. It's freaking rough. And those people that we invited, they had 3k rating. So it just goes to show, if you smash your skull against a wall enough times, eventually that wall will give. So 3k doesn't even feel like a challenge anymore. It's not a challenge of ability. It's a challenge of perseverance. It's like a war of attrition. It's freaking horrible, man. But yeah, we're just gonna shut the hell up and talk to you when we get into our third attempt of the +12 Priory of the Sacred Flame. Here we go at attempt number 3 at Priory of the Sacred Flame. I asked the tank if he had a route to link. He said smiley face, so I said good route. Lord help me with these tanks. I don't know, man. People just don't seem to give a shit. Okay, so far so good. Nope, never mind. We're doing the stupid again. No Suleiman first pull is inefficient, but okay, our healer is dead, probably due to aggro because our tank's not hitting these guys in the background, so that's probably not great for us. But let's see, can he actually manage to get aggro here? I am rooted. I am going to, oh goodness, I'm going to almost die because I'm slow about the thing with the stuff, with the remove the thing and the stuff and the you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean at this point? I don't even know. I'm so flustered, I haven't even bloodlusted. This is no bueno. Now we have a second knight in the pull. Let's try and finish off the first knight. Dude, just shut up and play. I need to shut up and play. I don't have bleed removal. I'm gonna knock him back, man. I don't care. Back on this knight now. We killed the first knight, so that's something. The knight's gonna keep getting the fens on him. He's gonna keep shouting, making it difficult. That dot is so hard to heal on top of all the other pot shot damage that's going on. It's just, it doesn't make sense to do this pull, but whatever, you know? Whatever, maybe we can make it work. I am rooted again. I'm gonna try and move. I can't. I got rooted, and I tried to use rescue, but it's a really weird spell where you have to keep targeting and placing it, but if something happens where you fail to place it, it just gets weird. But yeah, that's 2 deaths because of a weird pull. What you're supposed to do, by the way, as a tank is grab this first night patrol, grab Suleiman, stand in that corner, and fucking win. That's it. That's all you need to do. It's not that difficult. It's much more efficient. It's safer. It's just everything you want it to be. We don't have a Death Knight this run to have these guys, you know, get gripped in. By these guys, I mean the sharpshooters. Man, I'm not having a good time. Sorry, the first few runs have put me in a foul mood, so now I'm just being poo-poo about everything. Can I please? There we go. Now there is a path available. Thunderclap goes down. Let's send all of our cooldowns here yet again. And my apologies for not using Bloodlust on the first pull. I was just yapping about it instead of playing it, so that's my bad. But to be fair, there's a lot to say about that pull, and none of it is nice, so that's a thing. Let's reapply all of our dots, and then we're going to engulf. That'll finish the guy off, and now we're waiting for chainmail and also pulling all of these. This is fine. I'm okay with this. I'm not gonna whine about this pull. So far, so good. This is the furthest I've gotten into the dungeon. This is the 3rd pull now. Very impressive. Chainmail is over here. I'm just gonna ping it, but I don't think that's... Are we gonna go straight into it? I don't know. Okay, there's chainmail. I'm going to go ahead and knock these guys up, and then I'm going to prolong CC. I'm going to remove this bleed from our friend, and eventually I'll start damaging enemies. Okay, there we go. Focusing on chainmail now. I really don't care how much damage I do to that. I'm moving so that I don't actually get the bleed. Successfully done by our feral druid as well. I'm going to put focus on that priest. I'm still looking at chainmail though. I put the focus on the priest so I can interrupt it. Next time it casts smite, I'm going to immediately interrupt it. Lunging strike goes out. We're going to avoid that. I'm going to remove it. Never mind, I can't remove it just yet. Half a minute left until I can do that again. I'm going to interrupt that smite, and now I have everything I need to be able to engulf twice and get a lot of damage out of that. Never mind, there was a defend active, so I didn't get much damage out of that. But that's okay. We all make mistakes. Bleed goes out onto 2 people here because we have melee, so they're stacked up. I'm going to keep moving here in case it jumps on me. See, it jumped on me, but I didn't get the bleed because I was moving when it was being, or when it went off, and when it landed, I wasn't where it jumped to anymore. Very nice way to reduce the damage being done by chainmail, who does a lot of damage. Paladin, okay, he goes off and gets it. Very good. We're gonna get it up here on the stairs, I believe. Yes, there we go. We got it. Are we skipping this, or are we doing an interesting pull? Let's rebuff. Finally, after quite a while, I've rebuffed. It looks like we're good to go here. Very nice. We have the patrol with the knight, but we're going left first with the footmen and all that stuff. Okay. You have Aemia there. We're doing little heroic throw pulls. Okay. Yep. I should have known.
Wasn't necessary.
Very good. Okay, we got a CR. We're going to go ahead and use our cooldowns here as best we can. I'm going to use a defensive, and I really got to be careful not to murder myself on that shield. We were able to get rid of that shield fairly quickly. I wasted my thing. I'm going to knock them all back. They'll come back over. I don't care. They're footmen. They're melee. They'll get back on top of the mini-boss in short order. What I don't want is the mini-boss having defend. Luckily, I didn't die after using my cooldowns, but maybe if I had used my cooldowns and opened with the stun, I would have actually been able to live. Oh, cool. That avoided my fire breath. I feel great about that. That was amazing. She moved downstairs like by a little tiny bit, and that was apparently enough to avoid my fire breath. So that's awesome. Trying to avoid this circle. I don't know why I'm this stressed out. I think after eating shit for 2 runs, maybe I should have just taken a break, because it's affected my mental far more than I'd like to admit, which is a big factor in these challenges, is actually the mental of it all. All right, we have dual maul and this group, so we have double light spawn, dual maul. I can't actually reach those, but it doesn't matter. This is fine. We're going to interrupt the Cinder Blast. I'm going to use self-heal here if I can. Do I have potion? I just didn't get enough healing. I should have used the defensive on top of the self-heal. It wasn't enough. I panicked, used every button except for the potion, which would have actually saved me, and the defensive, which would have actually saved me. So that's my bad. It did feel like I didn't get a single single heal, but I could be completely wrong. And you all can correct me if that was the case, but goddamn, I am not playing well. Now I have to wait for the patrol here. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to wait for the patrol to reach this spot, and then I'm going to jump over here and avoid all of it. Patrol is so painfully slow. I can see why Secret just pulls it, because if anybody dies and has to run back, it's such a pain in the ass. Ember Storm, which means Dual Maul gets healed from that big explosion. I can't say I'm the happiest. Usually when people go around the side and pull, the reason they do it is because they want to avoid... But what they do afterwards is they immediately rush out to get Dual Maul to not run into this area, so you don't have to fight the light spawn and Dual Maul at the same time. Because he does some long casts, and if you don't have a kick for it, he can just get caught by the heal when you take out the light spawn. So there's a lot that can go wrong when you do Dual Maul with the trash down here. There's an Ember Storm. We're going to hover and just move around. Okay, we're pulling 3 mobs and Dual Maul at 3% HP. Dragging a little, we have a Knight going out. We're going to go ahead and remove that bleed from us, and let's try and get some damage done, I guess. Man, I don't know. We have double engulf available here in a second, or a second engulf will be available very soon, so let's go ahead and use that. With a rank 3 fire breath in between. Okay, I'm going to... I can't knock back now. Nobody seems to be trying to CC other than the druid. And I have a strong suspicion that that is our healer who has resilient 12s and is donating our key to the their key to this cause. Yeah, that bleed followed by yours truly being hit by that AoE doesn't feel great. I can't remove this bleed. Luckily I have a bazillion hots on myself, so that kind of works out. We almost have Bloodlust available. We're not going to use it here. We're not going to use it here because we want to use it on the next pull, which is probably going to be big, right? So I'm going to hold it. This boss is not difficult, so I just feel it feels bad to use the Bloodlust here on this boss. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to communicate with some effort, apparently. May as well Zephyr. Nice. Our engulf landed right at the perfect time. And what I mean by that is Dale Cry just jumped onto someone with Savage Mauling, which means that they would be taking a bunch of damage until you break the shield. And we broke the shield very, very quickly thanks to the engulf popping off at the right time. So that was really nice. Not too worried. I used the Zephyr on the previous big AoE, but I think I'm going to hold it if I get another one during the fight, which I don't think I will actually. But if I do, I'm going to try and hold it for whatchamacallits. For the part upstairs where we might be pulling multiple paladins and having to deal with that. Let's rebuff, actually. I just realized we haven't rebuffed ourselves because I think I was the only one that died due to the light beam, or the purification beam from the light spawn earlier. I'm holding my bleed removal. Actually, I don't even have it available just yet, but I'm going to hold my bleed removal for the end of the fight because I want to be able to remove that bleed when we're done with everything, in case there's a dot left on the tank right as we finish the fight, because that is really annoying and it prevents them from pulling right away. They have to wait for the dot to go away, otherwise they're at a very high risk of getting their butt kicked. Pierce armor goes out at 2%. We're going to remove that one because that's probably going to be the last one of the fight. We have all of our cooldowns available and we're ready to go into a potentially big pull. God Bulla can go big. I'm going to say that, see how big the tank wants to go. He's not very big at all. Okay. I'm just going to send Bloodlust anyway in case we can potentially get another one, another Bloodlust during the dungeon. Sending all of my shit right now. There we go. There's no casters here, so I'm not too worried about how I position. I do have Zephyr, but I don't feel like I need it for 2 paladins. It just feels like a bit of a waste. And we take care of the first group fairly quickly, which is good because those neophytes are very dangerous for the tank. Sure, a prot warrior can just block them, but I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really trust this guy. He hasn't had trouble staying alive. That's very nice, at least. But they clearly don't have a route. They clearly are not trying to sweat like me. So yeah, gonna go ahead and kick that guy in the back just to group everything up. Keep putting down my firestorms. I'm gonna knock up so we prevent that heal. Keep placing firestorms in such a way. Oh, there we go. You guys move over there and get kicked by one of the melee potentially, or stunned again. That works. I'm going to Zephyr here because we're kind of dipping low and another AoE was coming out. It's 3 paladins, so it's pretty scary. Could the empowered spell work the way it's supposed to, where I release the button and the actual spell goes out? That would be wonderful. Dude, it's something that's been grating on my nerves quite a bit since I've started playing Evoker, is that the empowered spells sometimes just don't actually cooperate and don't work the way you expect them to. Like, I don't know, there's something probably in the way I press my keys that ends up causing it to, not work as I expect it to. We're gonna kick this guy, just keep it moving. I don't have Zephyr, I don't have anything. I have my own defensive rolling. I'm gonna give a renewing blaze to our friend here, and if they get hit by anything, we'll be okay. I'm gonna use my own defensive now, as a renewing blaze is probably gone. I don't keep good enough track of that. I'm trying to put down a teeny tiny little bit of my own healing just on top of all that, because the fight's dragging out. You get it? Because we're dragging the mobs out. I'm so sorry. You didn't deserve that. Please soak after shields go out. A lot of people don't know that. They soak as soon as they see the soak. They run to it like it's gonna, I don't know, like they need to, but they don't. You have plenty of time where you can just chill. So that's one takeaway. If you have one takeaway from this dungeon, is first of all, don't pull the knight with Suleiman. Second of all, don't soak before the shields go out. So shields are gonna go out here. We're going to step over to the corner so we have somewhere to go after the shields go out. There we go. And now we can soak. Now you can soak. Here, let me show you. I'm going to renewing blaze and defensive here. And I'm going to eat one of the soaks and we should be fine. Girl Druid took one, but he has bark skin, so he should be okay. Sorry, a little burp there. Let's do our fire breath double engulf combo. There we go. Beautiful. We don't have the pyre right next to us, so as we don't have to move to drop the shields off somewhere else. And that is quite nice. Just get out of there. I don't have a defensive actually. Our paladin has bubble, but he's opting not to do this. I'm gonna have to eat one either way just so nobody has 2 stacks, and I think that'll be okay. Everyone has hots on them. The druid's ready to heal it. It kind of works out, but I was expecting the paladin to just soak using his bubble. That's kind of what you do here, but maybe the paladin is new to paladining and doesn't know that, which is okay. Let me actually set up all of my dots, and then I'm going to use my engulf and everything. Guttering star into double engulf. I gotta get out of there. There we go. All right. I still don't have any kind of defensive. Okay. I don't need to use a defensive. Everyone's just kind of grabbing it. Vindictive Wrath goes out. Next one, next to Soak is going to have 5 stacks of it. So we got to keep that in mind. Oh, I almost ran into the Soak by accident. Don't want to do that. I don't think we can kill here. Castigator shield goes out. I'm going to dash to that person. I have a self-heal and the defensive available. I'm going to go ahead and soak one. I think that's okay. Just need one more. The healer can do that. There we go. Everyone grabs 1 stack and we all good. Tank could take 2. I feel like that would be okay. I really don't want to use my cooldowns here right at the end of the fight. It just feels like a bit of a waste to do so. Boss is just about dead. There we go. Okay, we made it through this part. So at this point, I'm feeling pretty good about the key. The start of the key, the routing has been interesting. Very interesting. And I've died quite a few times, which makes me feel uncomfortable about how this run looks for my overall and whatnot. We're going to use a defensive here. Actually, I don't even have a defensive. Let's use our cooldowns. F it. I had the 2 priests were both casting at me, and I wasn't feeling too great about that. Can't say I was feeling too great about that. We get a kick in on the focused priest, the one that I have focused, in order to prevent them from healing. We don't want that to happen because we want to take care of these paladins as quickly as possible. There we go. Very nice. Now let's see what the routing looks like upstairs. We have 13 minutes almost to complete the rest of this dungeon. I feel like we're doing fine. Standard pull here into line of sight. I'm going to look at the Risen Mage for the volley. I don't care about any other cast that the mage does. I just want to kick the volley, which is going to be cast very soon. Right there. We go ahead and kick it. Very dangerous, but we managed to survive. Very nice. Okay. I was anxious there for a second. I was just staring at what I can do to help my group here. Paladin is using a defensive during that. Mage is trying to blast me with a fireball. I think that's okay. We're going to take care of that AoE. We unfortunately lose our Feral Druid. I really should have used Zephyr there, but I don't know, man. I saved Zephyr for the next next season. It's fine. We managed to avoid these paladins healing. The Risen Mage does heal, but the Risen Mage is going to die very, very quickly. This paladin needs to die before that Sacred Toll goes out, because that's a lot of damage for our druid to recover on our health bars rather than us just doing this normally. Okay, we're going small pull here with 1 light spawn. The patrol is far away. We're hopefully going to kill this before the patrol rounds the corner here, as it were, and comes back and fights us again. I'm going to use a defensive and a self-heal with, I don't know, man. I really don't want to die to the Purification Beam. That would really suck. I'm going to hold my cooldowns here because next pull might be, it's either the big patrol or it's Brawn Pike. Either way, I want to hold my cooldowns. Okay, I'm being bullied here. We're going to, I can't self-heal completely. But this time the druid is actually healing me through this. So as you can see, when I get some attention from that, it looks like we can't handle it. We should pull this patrol now, otherwise we risk pulling it with Brawn Pike. I'm going to kick this to just move everything in. Now once everything is moved in, I'm going to go ahead and use my cooldowns like so. We do a Firestorm into Dragon Rage, into this, into blah blah blah. You know the idea. You get the idea. You've seen me do this like 500 times if you've been following the series. You can also see what I'm doing down here in the action tracker. There we go. Beautiful. I'm just padding damage on the light spawn. I need more damage. It's looking pretty rough right now. I'm not looking too amazing. But yes, it's time for Zephyr, as Brawn Pike just does constant AoE damage. I'm gonna heal here, drop a circle, and that's as much as I can do now. Once Zephyr is done, which is now, I'm gonna use a defensive here. Feel like the Feral Druid may need the most healing, so once our defensive runs out, we're going to go ahead and just give the Feral Druid our Renewing Blaze. And that is just Brawn Pike left now. We could go into the next group, but Brawn Pike has so much HP that I'm worried that we'll start killing the Footman before Brawn Pike dies. At this point, I'm no longer worried about that, but also I feel like the tank just wants to kill off Brawn Pike safely and then just pull these two sides and be done with it. All right, let's do a Fire Breath rank 3 into Shattering Star into and then Golf. I feel like that worked quite well, and that should be Brawn Pike dead with the last Disintegrate. Very cool. Okay, we should absolutely definitely just pull the next group, bro. It's like we don't need to take it slow. They ain't that dangerous. What is this pull? are you going to pull or not? Okay, here we go. Double Engulf after rank 3 Fire Breath. Beautiful. Kick anything. Okay, I overlapped my kick. Never mind, my kick was on cooldown already. Never mind. I didn't overlap shit. Okay, this is looking a lot better. Some Footmen are about to start dying off. I'm going to go ahead and just use a defensive here. Awkward timing on my cooldowns because I won't have them for the shield when P2 starts on the last boss. But we'll make do. We're going to prolong CC here and we're going to knock them up. That was way too soon with the knockup. That did nothing. It's not like somebody else was trying to CC them anyway. All right. Druid gets punched in the face. We're going to go ahead and just pop all of our cooldowns here. Are you shitting me? Are you actually shitting me? Whatever, man. So what happened there was I missed my Fire Breath because I used hover to get out of there, but you hover further than the Fire Breath goes, so that's cool. That's something I just learned. Not great. I kicked here, but I think everyone's been kicking. There is a way you can finagle the timing on the spells to make it less dangerous, where you just don't kick, and then the overlaps of abilities aren't as painful as they are when you do kick. So there's that you can enjoy. I'm so far lucky I haven't gotten the Purifies or the beam things or whatever they're called. We're just about ready to go upstairs. We have an Engulf ready. We're going to go ahead and use it. Turn around, make sure I don't get blinded. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now we're ready to go upstairs. I'm going to take our Feral Druid right here and just drag him across and just get here as quickly as possible and set up to do a bunch of damage. Rank 4 Fire Breath into an Engulf. We're going to see who does what for CC. We have 2 Druids, so we should have plenty of CC available here. We're going to knock all of these back before they kill me. There is no second group, so what I can do is I can do this route. Never mind. I can't do it if I'm too freaking slow at it. Whatever. I'm cool with it. Let's Bloodlust here. I've been keeping it for some reason. The reason might be because I forgot. Dude, I feel bad about this run, but whatever. I'm going to use... my excuse is going to be, holy shit. Okay, my excuse... No excuses, just healing potions. Okay, let's do this. Okay, cooldowns yet again. Let's pop off. Managed to get the double Engulf in. Had enough haste. Luckily, Shattering Star into an Engulf, and that's the boss dead. And we time our Priory plus 12 after 3 attempts. Holy shit. Okay, and we got some pantaloons with crit verse. I don't really care about those. Nobody else wears mail, but who cares? I don't think people do 12s for gear. I think people do 12s for the stuff and the things and the crests, and also because rating. Thank you for the key. I'm going to Hearthstone out and be done with this. Pretty quick run, all things considered. We had 5 minutes and 20 seconds left, so that was quite impressive, honestly. We did quite well considering I kept dying like an idiot. And also, I feel like that wasn't my best showing of DPS either. I could do way better. Firestorm is not meant to be my top damage done. I don't think it is. Maybe I'm wrong. It depends. You can high and low roll it. It depends a lot on how many procs you get, which can vary quite a bit. But let's say I high rolled it. I still feel like other things should be higher on the damage done. Our druid friend whispered to us, by the way, is Devastation hard to learn to play? I said, nah, man, and it's hella fun to play. They say I might give it a try then. I said, you spam Pyre until you can do a very simple combo, and the opener is also simple. He says, have fun, take care. You too, bud. There you go. Well, that was fun. I'm glad that the druid decided to give me a chance. I do feel like I disappointed a bit. I was dead for some pulls, which made me very, very sad, and I feel like my overall would look a little bit better if I wasn't dead for those pulls, but I still feel like I did okay. The Paladin definitely popped off, did more damage than I expected a Paladin to do. But then again, I haven't seen many Red Paladins that aren't just really bad. I know Aerolith plays well and he pops off every time, but he's a seasoned Red Paladin. But the average Red Paladin I haven't been very, very impressed by. Also, I'm lowest on interrupts. Man, I just didn't play well here. I don't know. I guess I just feel like I got tilted by my key getting bricked. Like that first key where I tried to do my 12 key and the tank died and during gathering and just left the key. I like at that point I just didn't feel like playing anymore. But I had to keep playing because I got to make a video. So here we are. Anyway, today during the stream, you will see me playing with Danny and/or Seeker because I've had enough. I have had enough of pug tanks and pug routes and zero planning routes and all of that nonsense. I am donezo with that nonsense. What I want to do is I want to have some fun. I want to do some higher keys with a sensible route and show you just all that I'm capable of and what Devastation Evoker is capable of. So today during the stream, you will see me play with them, hopefully, if they're able to join me. And we're going to pop off and probably do all the 12s. I've done 3 12s. We can do 5 12s during the stream, I'm sure. And we'll see how well we do. We might even get close to 3K, and then I can maybe close it off with a video next whatever, what would it be? Tuesday probably is when I would have a new video ready for you guys. So yeah, join me today for the stream and see some fun keys. Let me just quickly upgrade the Blood Oath Signet twice because I've simmed this and it's a very good ring for me because of the haste and crit, and it's even better than the Mastery Signet, Cersei's Signet thingy. So that's quite nice. That also brings us to 676 item level. Now I have no item level excuse to be underperforming. I can just blame the tilt because you can always blame the tilt. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this Jesus Christ, Vlad, get it together. That's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. Let me know what you liked about it in a comment down below. If you had fun, make sure you subscribe because there's more episodes coming. If you want to see what happens between these episodes, you can also check out the stream. If you can't make it to the stream, you can check out the live section of this YouTube channel for the VODs. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. God dang, man. I am so tilted. I don't think I've played that poorly for pretty much any point of what. Am I stuck on the... I give up, man. Today is not my day. I'm gonna go take a break until the stream. Actually, no, I have to edit. Ah!